Okay, let's
Yes.
handle another critical reasoning questions of our GMAT content.
Okay.
Okay, so please try to recollect the strategy of eliminating wrong answer types. Generally, the wrong answer types you come across in these assumption questions are unnecessary information. The answer choices with unnecessary information, they can be eliminated on the basis of out of scope. There might be some unnecessary comparisons. The two things might have mentioned
Same.
in the argument but might not compared, but answer choice compared. Such answer choice must be eliminated on the basis of no such comparison. There might be, extreme language, stronger language than in the passage. Okay, so you should be able to eliminate such answer choices as well. Whatever the answer choices you are left with, should be checked once again, right,
Yes.
for the better option. And somehow this process of elimination strategy can increase the probability of getting right answer. Correct?
Yes. Yes,
Yep.
okay.
So what are the major wrong answer types you are going to eliminate? The first one, out of scope information, I mean irrelevant information, unnecessary information. The second is
Second is
extreme language,
extreme language.
right?
Thieves are more inclined to steal computers than any other type of office
Extreme language. The
equipment.
third wrong answer types you should eliminate is no such comparison, unnecessary comparisons.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's understand the argument. In the argument, there would be authors, claim, and evidences. So you should be able to understand the question stem first. The question stem is Magoda Incorporation's plan assumes that. Okay, the question is asking you to find out the right assumption from the given options, right?
Yes.
Huh. So let's split the argument into claim and evidences. So please observe, it's one of the simple questions. Let's see which is claim and which is evidence. I mean, which is conclusion, which is premise. Okay.
Yeah.
Computers that can be identified and traced are of no use to thieves. Okay, if any computer that was theft by thieves is easily identifiable and traceable, that is of no use to thieves because that is identifiable.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, I can see a keyword like so, beyond which generally you will see author's claims, author's opinions, right? So obviously this sentence considered evidence or premise kind of reasoning or something, right?
Yes.
This is going to be, the rest of the statement is going to be author's conclusion. Okay, right, buddy? Let's see. So Maguda Incorporation has instituted a plan to reduce the theft by etching the serial number of each computer, both on frame of monitor and on the face of the hard drive. Okay, the incorporation, the
Where it will
corporation,
be
Maguda
impossible
Incorporation
to.
has come up with a plan that etching a serial number on the computer, not only on the computer, but also on the face of the hard drive. So obviously, whoever wants to thief, rob, whoever wants to steal this, so definitely look at this particular numbers, the serial numbers, and they may understand as serial numbers for H means these computers might be traceable and they are going to be, they are going to be prevented from stealing that particular computer.
Computer.
So etching the serial numbers can prevent the computer thefts. That's what Magoda Incorporation believed. Because when a thief tried to steal the computers, he looks at the serial number on the frame of the monitor and also face of the hard drive and he stops stealing it. Right? That's what they expect.
Yes.
Okay. So now try to understand the assumption. Assumption as we have discussed yesterday, it must be unstated fact, and it links both claim and evidences. So let's understand, let's deconstruct the whole argument. The first one is computers that can be identified are of no use to thieves. Okay. Okay. If computers are identifiable. Identifiable and traceable. Right, buddy?
Yes.
So what happens as per the evidence? They are of no use to
no
thieves.
use to the thieves.
Such computers are of
No use.
no use to thieves. Right, buddy?
Yes.
The next, let's write down the claim. The claim is Maguda had come up with a plan. What's that plan? Etching the serial numbers, right?
Yes.
Etching serial numbers. Etching serial numbers on the computers. This is what they planned, right?
Yes. Yes.
What next? If serial numbers were etched, what happens?
They can be traced.
And still, we have already written traced. Please observe the claim. Etching serial numbers can reduce the theft.
Reduce the theft.
I'm just writing what you can exactly see in the claim.
Okay.
Etching serial numbers can reduce the.
Yes.
Computer thefts can be reduced. Now just go with the different combinations. For example, so these two are actually ideas from the evidence, right? First two ideas
Yes.
are from the evidence, right?
Evidence.
And the last two ideas are from the claim, right?
Claim.
Just go with a kind of mix and match. You are gonna get another idea, a pair of ideas.
Yes.
So if we do this, computers are identifiable and traceable. Etching serial numbers on the computers. Can we make a meaningful sentence making use of these two? One part of evidence and another part of claims.
No, not.
Okay, let's move on to matching with another idea then.
This can be reduced.
Is it okay?
Computers are identifiable and traceable.
So computers are identifiable and traceable, then obviously thefts can be reduced.
Can be reduced, yes.
Okay, we got an assumption, one assumption. Okay. We got
Yes,
one assumption. Let me write the assumption. If computers are identifiable,
thefts can be reduced.
So or else you can make another assumption. Thefts can be reduced if the computers are made identifiable or traceable, right?
Yes.
Assumption number 1. It's not always there will be only one assumption. Please remember. Okay.
Okay, any many also can be.
And not more than 2, buddy. In GMAT, there
Oh,
won't be more than 2. As
two.
you check through the answer choices, you will get the idea. Okay, how the test maker is thinking, how test maker is expecting us to think. Okay,
Okay.
right. Steps can be reduced if the computers are identifiable, right?
Identifiable.
Identifiable and traceable. It's easily identifiable, easily traceable. Second one. Assumption number 2 is, let's go with another combination.
Okay. Such computers are of no use to thieves. Etching serial numbers on the computer. Etching serial numbers on computers are of no use
can
to
make the
thieves.
can make the computers no use to
To
thieves,
thieves.
right? So please observe, this statement was not directly mentioned in the
Directly
argument, right?
mentioned. Yes.
And that is absolutely true as per the argument. So that can be considered assumption.
Assumption. Serial numbers.
Can make any computer,
No use to thieves.
uh, of course, identifiable and traceable, obviously no use to thieves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It not no use.
Now, now check the answer choices. However, you got two assumptions to compare the rest of the answer choices with, right?
Yes. True.
Let me get these assumptions aside. Assumption number 1 and assumption number 2. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
This is the assumption number 1.
Computers that are
And this is
no.
assumption number 2. Now check the options. Read the options one after another and tell me which option is giving similar sense, like any one of the assumptions we have written.
Yeah.
And check.
Thieves do not steal computers that are of no value to them. It's not.
Is it
It is
giving
not.
any? It's not giving any meaning, any similar
Yes.
meaning to any of the assumptions we have
Assumptions.
written.
So it's
Can I
not.
eliminate this?
You can eliminate. Okay.
Next.
Magadha inclusive computer competitors also plan to etch serial numbers on their computers. This is little matching with the assumption.
Is it really giving similar sense like any of the assumptions we have written?
A second one,
Etching
etching
serial
serial.
numbers can make any computer no use to thieves. But option is talking about competitors.
Okay, competitors and its
Do we
yes.
have any information about
No,
competitors?
competitors
So it is absolutely out of scope, irrelevant information, right?
irrelevant.
Next.
Thieves are more inclined to steal computers than any other type of office equipment. It is irrelevant, I think.
It's again irrelevant. It is a kind of comparison. More, more than. Thieves are more inclined to steal computers than any other type of office. In the argument, there is no information comparing, computers with any other office equipment in case of thieves' interest, right? Thieves
Yes.
are more interested to steal, computers only rather than office equipment. There is no such information given at all, and it is not even giving similar sense like any of the assumptions
Any
we.
of the assumptions.
This is no such comparison, right?
Yes.
Can you find this comparison anywhere in the argument?
No.
Next.
Etching the serial number on computer has no effect on performance of a computer.
So, is it giving any sense? Is there any information about performance of the computer in the argument?
Performance is not mentioned.
Then how can you say that could be author's assumption? Again, irrelevant information. That is, this
Irrelevant.
is absolutely out of scope. Please observe, there are only two simple assumptions. That thefts can be reduced if the computers are made identifiable and traceable. Another simple assumption that author believed is etching serial numbers can definitely make the computers no use to thieves. Okay? Right. So last one.
Imposing stiffer jail sentences for thieves would not decrease the number of computers stolen. Imposing stiffer jail sentence is not mentioned.
Nowhere mentioned. You can't say anything about this.
And
It is also out of scope information. So we have eliminated all the options where we have gone wrong. So please observe all the four options have been categorized clearly, but you couldn't categorize the A. Please check the A once again. How is it really giving sense like any of the assumptions we have written? Thieves don't steal computers that are no value to them. Thieves don't steal computer means reducing the computer thefts. Isn't that right? Reducing the computer thefts. The idea of reducing the computer thefts has been given in another way in different sentence structure. Like thieves don't steal computers.
okay.
Reducing the thefts. Okay. The computer thefts are going to be reduced if the computers are of
No use.
no use to them. So please observe, right? Computers no use to them. Etching serial numbers can make the computer. Etching serial numbers actually can reduce the computer theft as per the author's claim.
Yes.
Is that right, but
Yes.
etching serial
They can
numbers
make no use
actually
to thieves. Yes.
author's opinion is etching serial numbers can
Can make no
reduce
use.
computer thefts. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is how you should be able to check. Even you have eliminated all the answer choices. Okay. Please remember whatever the assumption we have written may not be exactly part of the answer choices given, but you should be able to think any similar sense can be detected.
Okay.
Any option which is giving similar sense, is it giving similar sense indirectly, right? You should be able to look through the answer choices like this. Okay. So
Yes.
generally we categorize this sort of arguments as pattern of planning. Pattern of planning. For an argument with pattern of planning can have a standard uh, assumptions like do the plan. The assumptions are going to be do the plan works, or no problem with the plan. So somehow no problem with the plan is a ratification, right? A kind of ratification. Somehow it uses some strengthening information, it requires no problem with the plan. No problem with the plan. How can you say no problem with the plan? You might have tested on a different occasion, on a different platform, on a different case, in a different aspect, right? So, and then
Yes.
you will say no problem with the plan. You are right. Plan is working. So the last one, whatever I have written, no problem with the plan, is a strengthening line. So please remember the assumptions for any pattern of planning. Author believes, like author suggested, do the plan, you are also going to get the same result. Okay, and
Yeah.
author strongly believes plan works. Okay, clear, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's clear.
So sometimes any option, if it is an assumption question, some options can also give a sense like no problem with the plan that was actually tested. No problem with the plan. Any option which is also giving sense like no problem, is found in the plan. It is absolutely great to work with. Okay, that can also be a right option. So
Okay.
whenever you see an option which is giving sense like no problem with the plan, you won't see other options at all. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So whenever you come across assumption questions, if you don't find an option supporting do the plan, an option supporting the idea of do the plan, an option supporting plan is actually working, then you have to check for any option is confirming no problem with the plan, then that would be author's assumption. Basically, this
Okay.
is generally used to strengthen any planning, argument, any argument which consists of planning pattern. Okay, but strengthening is nothing else. Strengthening the author's assumption, right, buddy?
Yes.
Okay, so no problem with the plan kind of options can also be considered assumptions. If you couldn't find do the plan or plan works kind of options for any assumption questions, right?
Okay. Yes, fine.
So it is clearly legible, right?
Yes, sir.
So categorizing the answer choices, wrong answer types, picking the right option based on the information as much as you have understood is always a key. So even to think in this direction, you need some practice. You have to improve your understanding ability, right?
Yes.